So from a London lawyer to a Dubai entrepreneur owning 3 businesses. I mean, I'm proud of myself, but how? How did this happen? Hi everyone, and welcome to my first YouTube channel, finally, exciting. So my name is Mana Sami, and I'm actually a lawyer from London, and I am now an entrepreneur in Dubai. So this channel is going to be all about legal, finance, and lifestyle between the UK and Dubai. So stay tuned if you would like to know more and learn more about the differences between the two countries. Well, Dubai is a city, so UAE and the UK. And if you're looking to transition from Dubai to London or from London to Dubai, so this channel is probably for you. I'm actually going to be doing my makeup as I speak because I think I'm better speaking whilst I'm doing something. As I mentioned, I'm actually a UK qualified lawyer. I specialise in corporate and commercial law and immigration. I have been working as a lawyer for quite a long time actually, for quite a long time, but I decided to migrate to Dubai about 4.5 years ago, and I haven't regretted it at all. So a little bit of a background, I actually used to work for a boutique firm in London, and I liked my job, I was happy, but I wasn't as happy as I am supposed to be in life. It was basically supposed to be a 9 to 5, well, in my case 9 to 6, but did we ever finish at 6? No, we did not. So there was always the issue of work and life balance, which I didn't like. I was always worried, I was always anxious. Clients were always on the phone, so I was starting to become really miserable. I was starting to get really anxious. I actually had really bad anxiety whilst I was working, and it came to the point that going to work felt like a chore, and I just didn't like it. I hated going to work, but I enjoyed what I was doing, if that makes sense. So I enjoyed reviewing contracts, drafting contracts, things like that, but I just didn't like going to work. I just didn't like seeing anyone. I just didn't like speaking to anyone. So I became really miserable, which is not good. So whilst I was going through this anxiety, etc., I was lucky in the sense that my mum and my siblings had moved to Dubai a year before. So a year before this whole mess and mental health issues really starting to show its impact on me. So I decided to take a week off to come to Dubai and to visit my family. It wasn't my first time in Dubai, but I came just to relax. And when I got here, I was literally stuck at home for the entire week. I was so anxious, I was so depressed, I just didn't want to leave the house, I didn't want to do anything. Like, everyone were worried, everyone were like, what the hell is going on? You're in Dubai, but you don't even want to leave the house. I think it was like a day or two before I was due back in London. I finally decided to go out with my mom, and she was like just constantly driving. I was sitting silently in the car, just staring outside, thinking, what am I supposed to do with my life? I'm gonna go to London. Do I want to go back to work? Like, the thought of going back to work was so bad. I burst into tears whilst I was sitting in the car. And then at that point, my mom said, why don't you just stay? And I said, because I have a job, because I need an income, because I kind of need to live. And she said, think about it, see if you can stay. So that stuck in my head. And then I remember getting off the flight and thinking, I need to go back to Dubai. Like, I need to be on the same flight back to Dubai, but obviously that was impossible. I went straight to work because I landed on Monday morning, early morning. So my dad came and picked me up, and bless him, he brought me a change of clothes. I changed in the car, he took me to work, and I went to work and I resigned. Simple. So long story short, obviously a lot happened. As soon as I came, COVID happened, lockdown happened. I was on my own here for like 2 months because my family decided to go back to London to visit my dad, so I was stuck here on a 24-hour lockdown, and yeah, you can imagine how anxious I was then. But then I thought, everyone starts from somewhere. Like, I mean, if I don't look at the positive, what can I do? Just sit down in my room and be miserable for the rest of my life? So I took a pen and paper and I just wrote down everything that I could do. And believe it or not, at that moment, nothing came into my head. I was like, I don't have any talents. I don't know the Arabic language. I don't want to go back to London. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? Like, I'm a lawyer from London, but I'm a nothing now in Dubai. How's that gonna work? Then first thing first, I had to get my residency sorted. So I thought, okay, where do I start from? Starting a company. That's the only way I can get a residency. So I actually put all my savings into starting a company, and I thought I'll just do legal consultancy. But then finding the type of work was really, really hard. I remember calling about 20 companies a day, like just saying that I can be your in-house lawyer, I can help you advise your clients, etc., etc. But they wouldn't have it. One, because I hadn't obviously translated my legal qualification into Arabic. Two, because they wanted an Arabic speaker. And three, I wasn't interested because the salary that they were giving me was less than £1,000 a month. It was roughly around 3,000 to 4,000 dirhams, and I was like, how am I gonna live? So I thought that I had to do something different, and obviously it was during COVID, so everyone were on social media. I decided to go on Instagram. I decided talking about how important legal contracts are. I decided to talk about the different types of agreements, different types of contracts, who needs one, what you need to have in your employment contract. Obviously for those who lived in the UK to be aware of everything that was going on, like furlough, etc., etc., and for everyone in Dubai who basically had no clue what was in their employment contracts. Like, a lot of people just signed the contracts just to get paid. So I thought, let me start educating them. And I started to differentiate the law in the UK with the law in Dubai. And believe it or not, like, no one took any interest. At the beginning, no one was interested in what I had to say. But I thought, just continue, just go ahead with it. Just continue. Until at some point, I started to get questions on Instagram. Obviously, I had to do a lot, and by a lot, I mean a lot of free work, like whether it was online, whether it was answering people's questions, whether it was just clients calling up and saying, oh, I have a question. And I remember, like, I actually charged 500 dirhams, which is like around just less than £100, to draft a 20-page contract for someone. But that was so big for me because I was like, that's just going to open the door. I'm going to get to know more people. I just wanted to build that trust so people could come to me and say, oh, I actually want you on a retainer for a month. That was a dream for me at that point. Like, I thought it would be impossible. No one would want to work with me. I don't speak Arabic. I had those low self-talks, low self-confidence, and it was really difficult. And then I had a message on Instagram asking me to an event. So when I went to that event, I actually met with a girl who I know to this day. We're really good friends, and every time that she went to different events or she set up events on her own, she would ask me to go as well, which was amazing. So at this point, I was basically advertising myself as a lawyer or a business consultant, and the company that I had established here was doing that job. But I was basically saying that I have a team, and I was the team. I was the accountant, I was the admin, I was the advisor, I was the lawyer, I was everything, like literally everything. But I was telling people, yes, we have a team, our team can give you a call and help you, like just trying to, you know, when they say fake it till you make it. So my business started to slowly pick up. I found contacts, I found people that I wanted to work with, and it was really good. Like, it was really exciting. I thought, oh my God, it took me 1.5 years just to get to this point. I need a lot more time to get to where I want it to be, where I want my business to be, but I have to do it. There's no one else. I have to push myself. No one's gonna do it for me. No one's gonna hand it to me on a plate, so I need to do it myself. So anyway, one of these events that I went to with this girl, with my friend now, I got to know a few other people. I started talking to this specific person, and he is a marketing specialist. So we started talking, and I had no clue about marketing. Like, I thought the videos that I'm posting on my social media, they're perfect, they're amazing. Clearly, they had a lot of issues with them. So he started to just advise me for free. Like, he asked me what I do. We just became friends. Like, we just started talking every day. He has a marketing company here. So fast forward after like 6-7 months, we said, why don't we create a new concept called legal marketing? I would advise on the legal stuff, you would advise on marketing, and we would deal with the same client at the same time. And the good thing about legal marketing is, one, no one had done it. Two, a lot of people, like say for example me, I would go into a business and I'd say, you have issues with A, B, C, I can sort them out, but at some point you need marketing, and I wouldn't be able to do it. So I would get my team to jump and do marketing for the company. So we decided to establish a company together for legal marketing, and yeah, it went really, really well. Obviously hard work to get clients, but it was one of the best things that I had done. So now 5 years on, I actually have a legal business, I have a legal marketing business, and I have a mini interior design business, which obviously took a lot of hard work, but I am proud of where I am, like really, really proud. But then I thought that maybe sharing my experience would actually help some people. It would push them, because I came from a job where I was basically selling my soul to get paid at the end of the month. And I think leaving that job and starting something for myself, it was the scariest thing I could possibly imagine. I'm still far from where I want to be, but it's those baby steps. If I hadn't taken those baby steps 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been here where I am. I would have been super, super miserable. I wouldn't have made the friends that I have now. I wouldn't have made the connections that I have now. I would have probably been in a very, very different place. All depressed, anxious, ready to kill myself. So there were actually so many instances where I was ready to just give up everything and move back to Dubai. But then I thought, no, just push yourself, Mona, just push yourself. You never know what's gonna happen in like 10 minutes. You don't know, like if you just push yourself once more, what you're gonna achieve in the next hour, in the next day. Like I kept saying, just push yourself for another day, just push yourself for another day. And I'm so glad that I didn't go back to London, because the opportunities here in Dubai, I mean, it's huge. There are so many opportunities, but you just have to be hungry to find those opportunities. If you just sit at home and wait for those opportunities to come and knock on your door, just sit at home, no one's gonna come and knock on your door. It's like sitting at home waiting for the food delivery person to come and knock on your door and deliver your food, but you haven't even ordered any food. It's just like that. So for those who are looking to come to Dubai from London, I would say take the chance, do it. Like, do it. Even if it's for like 1 year, come on, just get on that flight, come here. You'll get a lot of experience, like you'll expose yourself to like a lot of things. Like at the end of the day, you're just going to learn from it. Even if you don't like it, you'll just go back to London. But if you don't do it, you'll always wonder like, what if? What if? And that's exactly what I did. Like handing in my resignation was the scariest thing. Like thinking about it to this day, it still gives me chills. Like, because I remember that day when I was like, oh, I need to resign, but I can't do it. I need to pay my bills at the end of the month. Yeah, it was difficult, but here we are. And if you were thinking of moving to Dubai, I think what you need to do is you need to basically have a little bit of savings, because you need to get your residency sorted here. That's if you want to start a business yourself. Unless you're looking for a job, usually companies will pay for your residency. Yeah, so you need some money to sort out your residency. You need some money to sort out where you're gonna stay, rent, food, travel, etc, etc. And all you need is your phone or your laptop and internet to start looking for jobs or to start a business. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy. It's not a piece of cake. I'm not saying it is. It took me about 5 years, but it's definitely worth it. If you put all of your energy, all of your faith into it, it will definitely pay off 100%. So I think in one of my next videos, I'll actually give you a breakdown of how much you need to move to Dubai, how much money you need to live in Dubai, how much money you need to survive, etc, etc. Because I think it would help those people who are thinking or considering of coming to Dubai, but they're worried. So just to tell you a little bit about the differences between London and Dubai. Obviously, there are quite a bit of differences. you know, culture, how they do business here, how people live, the lifestyle. So obviously there's a difference in culture, but you will not experience a culture shock. I'm sure, like, from what you see now on YouTube, Instagram, like, Dubai is now really, really westernized. Living in Dubai is similar to living in London, but it's much, much safer. There's a lot more to do. The lifestyle is much nicer. It's more luxury. I think it's a bit more expensive to live here, definitely, but the living prices are a bit similar to London. The only reason that I would say it's a bit more expensive to live here is because there's always something to do. There's always a new coffee shop that you want to try. There's always like a new pool club that you want to go to. There's always like a new activity that just draws you in. So you're spending money. So it just depends on how responsible you are with your time and with your money. As I said, for the first 6 months, I did not leave my house. Well, obviously there was COVID as well. There was lockdown, which helped. But I just didn't go anywhere because my very first priority was to start a business and to get like any income that would come my way. I just didn't want to live my life here thinking, oh my God, I failed and I need to go back to London. Even if I had to go back to London, I wanted to tell myself that I tried my best, I had a bit of income, and then I left. Not like I'm going back, not even having a penny to my name. But overall, I think the culture here is lovely. I think everyone's super, super friendly, and they're not friendly because they're getting paid to be friendly. They're friendly because they're genuinely friendly people. Like, I think everyone's much happier here in general than they are in the UK, but that's in my opinion. That's not to say that no one's happy in London, but I think the weather in general affects a lot of people. Like, it makes people a little bit miserable given that it's always raining, it's always cloudy. I mean, I felt miserable, but now I'm much, much, much happier in the sun. I know it gets very hot, like in June, July, August, it's about like 48 degrees, 50 degrees, but it's not an uncomfortable place to live. You're living in your flat or wherever you live in your villa, you have air conditioning. Then you go to your car, you have air conditioning. Then you go to the shopping center, you have air conditioning. You go to the restaurant, you have air conditioning. So, I mean, it doesn't really affect you much. Not to say that I don't love London. I will always love London. London will always be my home, always, always. But currently, I'm just much, much happier here. Much, much happier. And deep down, I think I've made the best decision to move to Dubai, 100%. So for those of you who are thinking or considering to move to Dubai, I would say have a plan, because obviously where you are, you're in a comfortable place at the moment. It's not like, well, I'm hoping you're not homeless, you're not sleeping in the streets or anything like that, but just have a plan. So know what you want to do when you come to Dubai, whether it's looking for a job, whether starting your own business, and have a little bit of savings. As I said, I would break down how much you need to move to Dubai, how much you need to live here, how much you need to survive in my next videos, and make sure that you are the type of person who's going to push yourself. Because as I said, you're going to have bad days, you're going to have really bad days, you're going to have good days, you're going to have fun days. So you just need to be able to motivate yourself and to push yourself to continue and to not give up. And if I can do it, all of you can do it too. So for those of you who have watched this video, thank you so much. Thanks so much for sticking by. I hope you found the information useful and you didn't get bored. In my next videos, I'll be talking a lot more about how to start a business here, how to look for a job, whether it's here or in the UK. The difference in lifestyle in Dubai and London, where to go out, how to spend your time, how to motivate yourself, and how to find connections, how to grow your business, etc, etc, etc. So make sure that you like this video and you follow me on YouTube so you can learn all about legal, finance, lifestyle in Dubai and in the UK. And I will see you soon in my next video. Thank you.